Well, you all, here's another glimpse into who I am. Finally, to understand who I am. So let me tell you my take on this. Right? Like I said, that foolishness, man, is ridiculous. Okay, I don't even entertain it. And we're gonna correct some things so we can deal with that and move on, so you can walk on water for real. But I was going through my pictures and I came across my auntie. Her name is Aunt Minnie. And oh my, I had to make her the subject of this video because of her significance in my life. She was so beautiful to me. I used to spend that, man, my auntie loved me. My auntie loved me. And that brings to my very point in the subject of this video. When I looked at her picture, just thought about the wonderful things and what she left in me and the beautiful effect she had on my life. And then I thought about how people talk about somebody up in the sky looking down, hey ma, all that. First of all, that's, I ain't gonna say that's blasphemy, but it's almost, because the only one that you praise is God. So you need to watch that for real. So why you think you're doing something good, you're cursing yourself something so simple, but it's not simple, right? Because there's absolutely no one up there doing things down here. I know my grandmama got my back, and I know she looking. Man, come on, but that's retarded feel. Absolutely not. First of all, when did your grandmother, when did your mother, when did your brother, when did your dad get that kind of power? Really? That's in the blood. That's in God. When did they get that power, right? Never. Here's the thing, though, and this is what's important. That's foolishness, borderline blasphemy, and a growth blocker for that foolishness. Okay? My auntie is resting, waiting on whatever God's next instruction. Here's the important thing. I ain't got to look down. I ain't got to look up and ask her for nothing. I ain't got to ask her, man, I ain't got to do none of that. You know why? Because she did that while she was alive. So I ain't finna say, I hope she upstairs hear me. All that, man, is madness. Through blood, through understanding, God hears. Through prayers, through love, God hears. Through obedience, unmovability, and undying allegiance. It's the only thing. That's God. But I'm so glad I had her in my life. That's why, man, we got to get things together, because our purposes are connected. Ain't nobody looking down. And in the scheme of things, here's another one. You ain't gonna see nobody when you just think about the childish nature for which we think that we having Thanksgiving dinner down here. Right? In the scheme of the universe, science is constantly proving that God is true. They thought it was going to prove that he was untrue, but it's proven that it only can be true, because these things can only happen by God, not by chance. So we need to understand, right? that a God we serve on that level can only be the reason for the entire season. And the season now is truth. The season now is of power. The season now is to head to the front lines in this spiritual war. And God is calling the courageous to give up everything for Him. I understand it's hard. I've lost almost everything and gained God, which is everything. So I understand. But we have a choice to make. Wonderful 70 years, wonderful 80, or eternity with a real God. So my aunt affected my life. I miss her so much. But when I think about her, just wonderful moments with my aunt. Even in discipline, she was always loving. When she talked to me, loving. In the midst of the madness I was living with, loving. So people don't talk about what you're going to do later. Don't talk about we finna hook up like we're going to do a family reunion with this, that. Do you understand that once we go to the next level, I mean, really, I'm going to see my cousin. He doing something, man. Are you really? It's like that, huh? That's how simple God is, huh? He gonna keep us connected as families in the neck. So live right now. Do your best now. Our purposes are connected. Affect the people around you. Like Les Brown said, you don't want to be on your deathbed just looking around all the lives you could have changed.